currently, Liverpool sitting at the top of the table, City trailing in second place by just 1 point. So let's compare the two teams. If we were talking about it yesterday before a Champions League game last night, we were full of praise for City. Even though they did have their chances last night, they still lost that game. They still didn't manage to put any of them away. Bernardo had a massive chance. Who do you now think is the better side going forward at this moment in time?
Wow, what a question. I think it's hard to choose. I mean, I'm looking at the game on the weekend, and it's one of the games you can't predict. Liverpool are in great form. Salah is in the form of his life. Van Dijk's looking solid at the back last night. But Man City yesterday, they could have scored, couldn't they? They missed the chances. Against Liverpool, they'll probably take them chances. So I'm going to sit on the fence here. I don't know, Ali. What do you think?
What a game. Man, what a game. I thought... I'm leaning towards Liverpool. It's bizarre because seeing Saturday, right? Let's be honest about it. If somebody had asked us this question Saturday night, where I said Man City all day, Man City were brilliant against Chelsea, Gab.
Yep.
I mean, I thought they were outstanding from start to finish. Could have and probably should have scored more goals, but 1-0 with deflected Jesus' goal. And then we watched Liverpool, and you were there. Wonderful game at Brentford. Probably could have went on, it went 3-2 up, and Salah probably should have made it 4-2. However, Brentford was worthy of their point, played really, really well, and I'm thinking to myself after that, I'm thinking, you'd fancy City. However, watching it last night, and I don't think Manchester City played particularly poorly last night. Far from it. Just a bit more clinical, and they could have got something in the game. But Liverpool
that
last
home
night,
advantage as well is going to be crucial, isn't it? I mean,
that's why I'm probably just leaning towards Liverpool. I mean, last night they were awesome going forward, Gab. I was so impressed. They do still give up 1 or 2 chances, but that's the way they play it. I mean, Robertson going down that wing, Firmino coming on scoring 2 goals. Salah was periods he was just brilliant. He really was brilliant. Sané getting his goal at the back post, so so I just think it's a tough one to call, but I'm leaning now towards Liverpool.
Liverpool had the chance to pull away a little bit from the pack at the weekend. If they'd have beat Brentford, of course now they would be 3 points ahead of Manchester City, but if they managed to win this weekend, that's a huge statement really in the title race, isn't it, Gabs?
Yeah, massive. We talk about Manchester City beating Chelsea was like a big statement for Manchester City, but Liverpool now, everyone's sort of talking about Chelsea, Man City are going to win the league, Liverpool aren't going to win it, but they go and beat Man City at home on the weekend. You start leaning toward Liverpool for the league, don't you? Because it's such a big game to win. But like Ali says, I think that home advantage as well is going to be massive. I mean, no one likes playing at Anfield when them crowd are right in your face. You're getting all sorts of abuse. And I think that will give Liverpool the win playing at home.
It's interesting, Gab, as well, looking at it, because I know it's really early in the season. Of course, there's only 6 games going. Yep. But there's only 1 point separating the first 6 teams. I mean, to be fair, Brighton have done exceptionally well, so have Everton. But I just think I can see the top teams dropping more points this year than ever before. Yeah. I can see Brentford picking up points, off the top. I can see Everton getting a point. I can see West Ham, for example, absolutely. And I think it's going to be, as I said earlier, I'm really excited about the season. I think it's going to be a fantastic season.
I want to ask you too about the 2 pillars for these 2 sides, because it's going to be Virgil van Dijk, who's back in form, back from his injury, and Ruben Diaz as well, player of the season last season, wasn't he? PFA player of the season, perhaps. Virgil van Dijk had a moment in the game at the weekend where it was him against Ivan Toney, pretty much just the 2 of them one-on-one against each other, and made what I mean, we know what Alisson can do, but it was basically a goal-scoring tackle, a goal-saving tackle, sorry. And you almost wouldn't back another defender to do it quite like that. We've seen him do it when it's 2-on-1 against, do you remember it was at Spurs, when he's managed to save it as well. Ruben Diaz, of course, just absolutely smashing life at Manchester City. Who would you rather have in your team if you're picking an 11 and you're sticking one of those defenders in it?
I think for me, Van Dijk. I think what Van Dijk has that Diaz doesn't probably have is Van Dijk's quicker. For me, he's like you mentioned, them tackles that he had. He's just getting up to the speed of the game at the moment. Every game is getting better. Last night he was a lot better. And that tackle against Toney, running through, he knows he backs himself against anyone for speed. Van Dijk. He's that sort of player that reminds me of Rio Ferdinand, that as a striker you're like, don't know if I can run him. You know, like, you probably just look for a 1-2 or pass it to the winger. You're like, you know what, if I knock it past him, it's going to be embarrassing here. He's going to get there before me. I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I'm looking at the game last night, both of PSG's goals, Diaz is actually a little bit. How many times we've seen him? He gets blocks in that are incredible.
Yep.
He's nearly at both of them as well. It's incredible. He nearly gets there. But I'd probably shade just with you. I'd go with Van Dijk. Having said that, Gab, talking about pace, oh my God, you didn't see Kyle Walker last night getting back to tackle Neymar. That was ridiculous.
Scary, isn't it?
Gab, I promise you, he's stepping out as Neymar takes the touch in, right? And I think, he's away. He's got to get a finish in anyway. And I could just, I don't know how Kyle Walker get back. It was as quick a turn of pace as I think I've seen in a long time.
At Villa when he was on loan at Villa, and we do 11v11s in training, and he played right back, I was playing left wing, and honestly, I'll try and knock it past him, he'd get there.
Wow.
He'd try and knock it past me, I'd get there. Honestly, like, at Villa, I've never seen someone as quick. And he's obviously got quicker over his career.
Gabby,
rapid.
Is it you that told me that he actually likes getting beaten from the off just so he can make those runs?
Yeah, of course he does. He's going to give you that little. He's going to. You know, sometimes defenders you get told to play him outside, but he likes playing inside or outside because if you get past him, like last night, no one else is even going to probably attempt to get back.
No chance
because Neymar was through, wasn't he? He's probably thinking like, how's he got back here?
I watched the replay, and Neymar takes a touch as he's gone out.
Yep.
I think, if he'd stood still and got back to accept, but he's actually body movements going the other way.
And you see what's scary for Kyle Walker is that Neymar last night, whenever he got the ball, he passed it.
Yeah.
Or he didn't even try, Mbappe didn't even try and knock it past him. No one tries to knock it past Walker. And I've played against defenders like that. He's rapid.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the clip on social media. Oh, look, he's tried to knock it past him. Kyle Walker's got there 10 minutes earlier, turned around and the counter-attacked. Players are scared to take Kyle Walker on. That's why he plays. Look at the Euros when he played as the third centre-half, against Germany, and he was there playing as a sweeper, running back with his pace to mop up from Werner running in behind. Honestly, he's an outstanding defender, and that's why he's England's number one.
So that game this weekend, Liverpool taking on Manchester City. It's the 4:30 kickoff,
isn't it?
And Tony's just texted in, and Tony does this a lot. He gives us stats from Liverpool.
Lovely.
He says, "Hi Laura, Virgil van Dijk has never lost a Premier League home game as a Liverpool player." I don't have time to check that, but I believe Tony because he sends it all the time.
Do you think Tony could be winding you up? No,
I hope not, Tony, because I've just said it. So fingers crossed. Anyway, whatever happens, it's going to be a brilliant game, and we'll learn a lot really about the league, won't we, this weekend, and who might win it.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.